What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review the second album by Jerrod Niemann. Basically, this particular product is called Jukebox of Hard Knocks, and it came out in the fall of 2004. Now, this is not going to be a full-bound review with the set pitches. This is kind of like a pseudo-review here as far as you're supposed to have, just within the pitch, as far as saying this is a release. This is an independent type album that came out with the type pitches, but it's very hard to find and tricky with the aspects kind of slip between the cracks nowadays. So the has kind of slip between the cracks nowadays within these pitches for the first guy. So it's with an excellence of saying, I would probably say this product seems banging enough with some of these type aspects here. Not many of these songs were even surfaced on YouTube within these type pitches. That's how hard to find this album particularly kind of is. Wasn't on eBay. I can check and see real quick if it was on Amazon, but I don't think it was. No, it's not on Amazon, wasn't on eBay, it's not on Spotify, some of the places, and it's not on YouTube. So within these fields, I still wanted to review this product, but I was only able to really find one particular type of song off this product that has any sort of availability, which is particularly Whiskey kind of way, which is a pitch that is on like Jerrod Niemann's Free the Music album within these type pitches. Now that particular one came out in 2012. I questioned the fares. Now the only thing about it is within these type pitches is Whiskey kind of way. It's a differential type. I don't know if it's the same song or if it's a different type one or if he just revamped it. Some of the pitches, but Whiskey kind of way, which is kind of Kinda within these type pitches, the one that's on YouTube. But the one that was on the original album Jukebox of Hard Knocks within those type pitches is it's a Whiskey kind of way, so it's kind of within the KINDOF way as far as the specific albums, so kind and then of within these type pitches. The first person, I'm not sure within those type varieties. In certain type sentences, folks have kind of like, when I think of like Juicy J or folks like that, they've made songs with the same title, songs of pitches. When you wind up having like a litany of songs pitched like that, when you have over 80 or 150 or 350 songs pitched like that, there's probably some ones in there like particular like songs like My Life or some of these type ones, or songs like My Life or Stay or Sober, songs that pitch to songs that with like more kind of aspects of more familiar titles that would kind of pop up within the complex. So I'm not as full-blown sure within these type pitches of Whiskey kind of way is the same song that it was in 2004 on the 2012 album as pitches. I'm going to kind of briefly talk about this lone song here within these aspects because I did want to review Jukebox of Hard Knocks, but it's just not available within these pitches, and really it's not even available. It's really not even seemingly available for purchase pitch like that. So you probably have to scour pretty much like the whole continent of the United States or something like that to be able to find within a particular price. Probably at like some antique store pitch like that. Since the price that would be real tough to track down. With pitch as far as saying classic type of deal, it's not on the Discog. It's also not particularly on the Discogs marketplace as well either. That has like some low-key type ones that are tougher to find within these type pitches, but it's not on there any of these type places. It's kind of with the aspect as far as saying real mystery of an album. And even on top though, within some of these type fares, if you notice within the thumbnail of this particular review pitch like that, the aspect as far as saying that the artwork is a little bit blurry, really the commonplace, so like the actual, there's not like a more crisp type image of this particular album pitch like that. So it's kind of within the fair as far as saying the real aspect, the information type fair. I really question like the fair within a country type fair within some type aspect. There's not anyone that's posted this up and tried to get the information of it out there. I really question if this was like an out. Yeah, basically Discogs particularly says this was the second independent This was the second kind of independent release currently lost to time as far as these specific albums. So it's within pitch for saying this particular Discogs chalks it up as just lost to time and first like that. So it's kind of pitch for saying. Now I would definitely say within the marketplace there probably are people who own this particular album out there, but it's just kind of pitch just lost in translation pitch like this. So this is the fair, but it's just the aspect. If you have it, definitely I would get towards posting this up on YouTube. You probably get a couple thousand hits, maybe possibly make some money pitch like that. It seems like Jerrod Niemann's pretty bankable type country type star pitch like that. Has some good affable type ones. It's been a little bit since he dropped an album, but yes, has some banging type ones. He's had a couple number ones and top 5 singles on the U.S. country charts and like a couple platinum certified singles by the RIAA pitch like that. So some fares. Now based on the complex, I'm not going to give this album a 10 out of 10 just with the availability of the lack of information, this product of being able to obtain this album pitch like that. I probably would give this album a pretty raise score if I had to guess within these prices as far as like the hit type appeal of it pitch like that, but it's in the fair just because there's only one particular type song off this product to really get towards reviewing pitch like that, and even that particular type one may not actually be the song that was on the album. It may just be a replica or a differential type fairy. Differential type of a different type song with the same title pitch like that, some hit type appeals. But I am going to give the album within the notation of it just a thumbs up. Sometimes the pitch as far as like that just gets a quality kind of thumbs up here within these type pitch. That's just a step in the right direction from like the first what I saw within the aspects of like the briefness kind of it. I would probably assume within these type I probably assume within these type varieties it's just another banging type one that has the hit type aspects of like some good quality country type music and like sun lick type versus pitch like that. So there's ones for example that are kind of on here. Particularly Rather Be Out of My Mind seems like a pretty good saloon type drinking type tune. And Neon Plan sounds like a bar hop type one pitch like that. That's just me. Some of these ones all stay. Some of these varieties have like some homestead typeness seemingly about it. Read In Between the Lines, Honky Tonk Time Machine. Some of these fairs for like dredge type songs. Jukebox, the Hard Knocks is probably one of those type ones that this is near like a Casio machine, some stuff where it deals with them pitch like that. Got Mud might be like a Backroads type tune. The seemingly kind of typical type grazing pitch like that. But yeah, talk about Whiskey kind of way here. Since the pitch is like a thorough kind of syrup hiccups kind of a song to kind of get in gold eyes for these first gonna happen. So within the pitch, having enough drink in your system where you would have the hiccups and fairs like that. Just yeah, definite gold eyes pitch like that. Just appreciating like the variety, just like some quality, just kick back within like a country type glaze and pitch like that. Some good sun gates kind of get towards here. Just drunk kind of phone calls pitch like that. Since the varieties to this. Lost in like the wallow pitch like that to some of these kind of fits and stupor as far as these fits. I don't know, it's not fits within the concept of like rage quitting pitch like that, but just the fair just kind of within the wall kind of a just drinking your sorrows away pitch like that. Since it that feels probably just would make probably more or less just down in the dumps, this personal type gripe pitch like that. Now within the fair talking about with Diva. Then the fair talking about divas in mind pitch like that just probably make like an apple pie with said folks and stuff pitch. Now within the products for saying if it is within the complex the actual going through with some of these stuff products that are happening throughout the song that fair pitch like that, as far as saying kind of getting to like some gripe favors and wouldn't say within those complexes, but just the product of doing some particular come through type shits pitch like that within these hit type varieties. So just kind of the make it up to type varieties pitch like that hit type feels. So just like getting back getting the real line going pitch like that sunset type feels, but definitely within pitch it is apple pie type fair sunset pitch, just kind of starlet mind. Maybe she's not feeling it pitches like that. She might be beating you at dominoes or Uno sunset pitches, just fairs like that, kind of getting into squabble sunset pitch, just kind of aspect of screw it, let's make like an apple pie sunset pitches or some s'mores going pitch like that sunset phrase, just get some stupid memes busted out in the phone diet. Get some stupid memes bust out in the phone dive type fair pitch like this. It's kind of the aspect of this candidness fairs like that is keeping the variety kind of it, but it's kind of the pitch. It's one of those lazy ass type days pitch like that. It's real syrup within the aspects for us the fair's gonna happen. This one's a little bit more languished than like the tone like the normal type complex within these type fairs. It'd be interesting to kind of get like a tune like this from like particular some of these type folks. Now Florida Georgia line does at least get tore up, but this is kind of one that actually feels like probably having more than like 7 or 8 beers in your system. So stuff varieties kind of amongst it. Just really feels within the concept of probably just passing out in like your rocking chair, some stuff pitches or just kind of within the variety, just falling asleep on the porch, fairs like that, some stuff varieties. But it's a pretty banging type song within those parts. It's typical kind of classic country out of like the 70s, 80s, and possibly 60s, some stuff pitches like that. Good type phrase with mid. Good type phrase, miss those aspects pitch like this. Some of those type ones just feels like particular Dukes of Hazzard type variety, some of these type pitches, but just when the aspect is a little bit more sluggish, kind of a lambit type song, definitely one of those grazing type ones. It's kind of an amber thick kind of pace for us. When you think of like the amber, the mineral that like the fossils are kind of in pitch like that, it's real that kind of sticky type syrup typeness within the pitch as far as but pitches like that, good nice fair. So yeah, I'd say if there were more songs like this on the particular album, these other 13 songs that would be within the aspect like the Lost to the Fray type fair, Lost in Translation, Lost to Time type fair, I'd say this album would get a 10 out of 10. I'd say with the aspect, it's going to get a thumbs up, pitch like that, since it appeals. Social score would probably get a 10 out of 10 as well. I think the complex, just that the name of the album being called Jukebox, the Hard Knocks within since that pitch is kind of kind of gives like the variety as far as saying within these aspects that probably the social complex about it had some pretty good phrase amongst it, but I do question like the fairs of some of these other turn up type ones, seeing if there were like some square dance or rodeo type songs. The pitch likes the makeshift kind of pastime pitch like that, some songs for gal within these type pitches kind of get the product to just like the grins going and pitch like that. Some of these getting particular shotties kind of chipper and fairs like that as far as these pitch out. But banging type ness, probably some makeshift songs in there thrown in on top of that. Some nice type pitches, some grazing type ones, some nice type passes. Good nice pitches here. So thumbs up album. In terms of the future within these type pitches, Jerrod Niemann has not been around since like the late 2010s as far as these pitches out. But excellent type pitches getting towards some of these type ones. I am going to return this folk down the road to this one of the pitches because I couldn't find this one. I'll probably do a similar type review to this one within these aspects because he has another album. He actually has a series of albums that did not come out with some of these type pitches. One of which, another tough one to kind of find is the Long Hard Hard Road from like 1999. That's another independent type one. And there's another album that was supposed to come out like in the late 2000s, about 2007 or so, called Behind This Microphone. It's unreleased now. It's within the fair. I don't know if it's available anywhere, if Discogs knows about it, some pitch like that. But he just has some particular projects that are a little bit more lost in translation, pitches like that with some hit type appeals. As we all say within those aspects of banging typeness, getting towards the here, going to review some more Jerrod Niemann down the road, pitch like that. But it's a good promise of some good type pairs here, pitch like that. It's an exciting type project within pitch, definitely within variety. But definitely say the message, if you happen to see this particular review and you know about the sound pitch like that, I would say just throw this definitely throw this particular music up on YouTube, pitches like that, and I'll definitely get towards reviewing it. Definitely probably needs to be within the fact of like YouTube and the commonplace being able to know about this particular product. Is definitely banging within these type pitches, but the aspects for saying some banging, some blistering typeness, definitely say within these pitches, some wicked type album. Some blistering typeness, definitely some wicked album type shit within the phrase. Just like a good type collection of tunes that has some hit type appeal.